that we are going to miss as parliamentarians, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the majority leader has alluded to, this man comes from the smallest community in the country called El Molo. A lot of us didn't know that. We were assuming he's a Samburu, he's a Maasai, or something, until today, when we did research on him, because of his living, is when we realized that he's from El Molo, Mr. Speaker. And that shows you how representative parliament can be, both in terms of representation in the House and the staffing, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a man we should not let go after even he retires. This man, if there was, there's these positions that are in the Parliamentary Service Commission that are normally nominated by parties, minority and majority. This man should be in the Parliamentary Service Commission. He will do better than some of them who are there now. Putting on, I can tell you, he has more experience, more knowledge. He knows how Parliament operates. He knows. No, I don't want to mention names, but I don't want to mention names, but Lukulo will serve both the interest of the staff and MPs, Mr. Speaker. In the earliest opportunity, a vacancy occurs there. And we can even make it occur myself here, because I have the opportunity. I have the constitutional mandate to remove a commissioner. Commissioners must know that they were appointed by this House, and the procedure of removing also is vested in this House, constitutionally. So in the event we decide to create a vacancy, the way we decided to create a vacancy in the Deputy President's office, if we create a vacancy, Mr. Speaker, you remember we created a vacancy in the Deputy President's office, and somebody now is occupying it fully. And he's doing a good job, better than the one we removed. So if this also we create a vacancy there, which I am seeing very soon a vacancy will occur, Mr. Lukulo should be the first person to occupy that office, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say that Mr. Lukulo is an example, Mr. Speaker, of how our staff of this parliament are dedicated to their job. Mr. Speaker, I came to realize later, as a parliamentarian, that the security of members of parliament primarily lies with the sergeant at arms, Mr. Speaker. It is them who advises us, this place is not good, don't go, do this. Even when we go for national events, Mr. Speaker, the first contact you have is the sergeant at arms, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Lukulo, you are one of the people, if today we could extend the retirement age, we will have done it for you. But now, time has come, don't worry, we are together, go and serve the country in another capacity, and we wish you all the best, and we thank you for your service that you have provided to this House. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, congratulations, Mr. Lukulo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The remaining people, honorable members, if I give you, you'll have just 2 minutes. Raso, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to join you in congratulating Chief Sergeant at Arms, numbering 500. He has been a trailblazer, the first El Molo to be in government, as a teacher, as an administrator.
For those of you who are getting amazed at the El Molo occupy the shores of Lake Turkana, a place called Loyangalani. I have some friends there, and I've had very good visits there to visit. There are less than 600 people. Honorable Lukulo tells us, as Eliud Kipchoge said, no human is limited. Go on, Ras.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as a teacher at Garbatula High School, when Garbatula was a national school, he was actually a beacon that young boys and girls attending that school, they felt that if a young El Molo teacher can come and teach in Garbatula, that all of them can rise to the top. Honorable Speaker, I say again, he was a trailblazer. The first district commissioner, actually among the first from the region, although there were a few from the major communities, but he was the first from among his people, including the Rendile, the Borang, the Gabra, the Samburu. Honorable Speaker, in Parliament, he has provided a distinguished service. When you see him, he is the face of calm and composure. Like Honorable Junet said, wherever there is some disturbance around Parliament, and you see him, he was the face of confidence. He will always say, Mheshimiwa hakuna shida, tuko. And today, as he retires, he's retiring as the senior most El Molo in government, and he's the face of his people. I want to join the leader of majority and minority that the El Molos must be represented in government, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have first interacted with Mr. Lekulo in 1990 at Moi University when both of us were pursuing a degree course, Mr. Speaker, and since then we have been members of the Moi University Alumni Association. Mr. Speaker, and then as Fate will have it later on, he also went back to my former high school, Garbatula High School, where he became a teacher, and then later on, we met in Parliament here as a staff, him as a staff, and then me as a parliamentarian. Mr. Speaker, to many, retirement is synonymous with withdrawal, with pull out, Mr. Speaker, with pullback, with disengagement, with recess, with recollection. But Mr. Speaker, for Lekulo, I will say three things. This retirement provides an opportunity for you to go and relax, to go and rest, and to go and find new avenues, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to pose a question to my colleagues here. And this is something that all of us as members of the national leadership of the Republic of Kenya, we need to ask ourselves. If truly we were to subscribe to the politics of shareholding, Mr. Speaker, will somebody from the El Mono community ever have risen to become the sergeant at arms of the then Parliament of Kenya and today the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya? The answer is obvious. The answer is no, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say four things, and will allow me one thing, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Lekulo, this retirement, rest, you have earned it. Secondly, seek new adventures, enjoy. Congratulations, welcome to new life. And the Speaker has concluded, you as our leader, I want you to believe with His Excellency the President. I have known Mr. Lekulo more than any other. I have been a commissioner for 3 terms. And I will say one thing that many members don't know. I have joined this parliament when most of the staff was secondees from either special branch or special DOs. Mr. Speaker, when Mr. Lekulo joined this parliament, he never behaved in a manner to demonstrate his background as a special DO, Mr. Speaker. Throughout he has been civil, throughout he has been down to earth. We want to send you to His Excellency the President, Mr. Speaker. We do not want to wait for the long process of removing a commissioner. You know that's tedious. It's not as easy as it's tedious. It's a very serious constitutional process. Mr. Speaker, the moment you give him his last letter of retirement from here, we want to send you to His Excellency the President. Mr. Lekulo, as a honor to the El Mono community, the first graduate ever to have stepped at National University, to have been employed by a national institution like Parliament under your leadership. Before the month ends, we want Lekulo to earn another job. I thank you for organizing this. This itself is unprecedented. It's something that he really deserves, and we say thank you to you under your leadership and all the others who have participated. Mr. Lekulo, please enjoy your life until you get the next appointment, and I'm sure it will be soon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Epuyo Nanok. Give Epuyo the mic.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa nafasi ya kuweza kumpongeza ndugu yangu, rafiki yangu na kiongozi ambaye tulisoma pamoja na yeye tangu shule ya upili, tukiwa shule ya Kabarak High School pamoja. namna vile nilimjua Mheshimiwa Lekulo, tukiwa watoto vijana wadogo wa miaka 13, 14 kwa shule hiyo, vile tulianza sekondari mwaka wa 82, nilikutana na mmoja wetu ambaye alikuwa kama sio shule ya Kabarak, Mheshimiwa Spika, pengine hatungekuwa tunapata nafasi hiyo. Saa hizi tunampongeza kwa sababu ya ile msingi ambayo masomo ya shule ya upili ya Kabarak High School ilituwezesha sisi wote. Nilipochaguliwa mwaka wa 2013 kwa bunge hili, nilimpata Sergeant at Arms wetu Lekulo hapa, na nilijihisi nimefika mahali ambayo ni nyumbani, kwa sababu tumekuwa pamoja Kabarak kwa miaka 6, tukaenda Moi University pamoja na yeye, na heshima ambayo Mheshimiwa Lekulo amekuwa nayo tangu ujana wake ndio hii ambayo tunasherehekea anapoenda kustaafu. Kwa hivyo nampongeza ndugu Lekulo. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, maombi yetu ni moja. Mimi kama mbunge ya watu wa Turkana West ambayo ni kati ya wale ambao tunajua ni watu wamekuwa marginalized, naomba Spika, yale ambayo viongozi wetu wamesema hapa iwezekane. Hivyo ndio vile Kenya inakuwa kama nchi ya jamii.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you also to Parliament for honoring Mr. Lekulo. I must say that just watching the procession and the whole ceremony, it was emotional and almost gave me goosebumps. And I'm so happy, and I want to congratulate Mr. Lekulo that this happened when he's alive. Most of the time we praise people and give service and give accolades once they are gone, Mr. Speaker. But I want to thank God that God has given Mr. Lekulo the years, the time to be alive, to hear members of Parliament give him his flowers when he's still alive, Mr. Speaker. And thank you so much for your leadership also, Mr. Speaker, for allowing us this opportunity to do this, Mr. Speaker. I must say that Mr. Lekulo, you would not even think he's the Chief Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Speaker. He has the soft power. He has something that most of us can emulate from him, Mr. Speaker, that you can actually be at the top, but lead with grace, lead with humility, lead and ensure that the troops that you lead also follow in line or toe in line by being humble and not too forceful, Mr. Speaker. I also would like to say this about the Molo community. Actually, if you Google them, you even see they're endangered. I don't know what is endangering them at the shores of Lake Turkana, but I can also see the amusement of some of my colleagues here. If you come from a point of privilege, from where you come from, you should also just accommodate, because this is what makes the nation. This is what makes all of us, regardless of where you come from, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Lekulo has shown us that it doesn't matter really where you come from. It doesn't matter the circumstances that you have gone off. Given an opportunity in this country, Mr. Speaker, each and every Kenyan can serve this country with dignity, can serve this country, Mr. Speaker, with the diligence that is required. And I must salute you, Mr. Lekulo. I must salute your family for allowing you to serve this parliament, Mr. Speaker. I can imagine the long hours that you had to work sometimes in this house, Mr. Speaker. Your family stood by you, and I'm happy that they are all here to hear what we have to say about you, Mr. Speaker. And I do hope that the values that you put that you have shared with the other sergeant at arms, Mr. Speaker, that they will live on, that your gap will not be felt, that we will continue to see the same discipline that we are seeing amongst the sergeant at arms, Mr. Speaker. I also want to agree, and thank you so much for taking care of the mace. I didn't know the mace was purely your job. I'm told the mace, if there was a problem with the mace, it was you. Thank you for taking care of this mace. Otherwise, would have gone into election prematurely. But just as it has been said, I'm sure the country can tap into his immense experience and knowledge in serving in other positions, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Come, Kate. And don't tell us that Lekulo was a warlord like you. He wasn't. He wasn't.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He's a very peaceful man.
Yeah, I want to confirm, Mr. Speaker, that Mr. Lekulo is indeed a very peaceful man, just like me. Mr. Speaker, I have had the privilege of serving with Mr. Lekulo as a member of staff in this parliament. I joined this parliament in February 1997. He came much later. And I want to confirm that what has been said about him is indeed true, as we have observed over the years. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Lekulo, like has been said, comes from a very small community. And he has demonstrated, Mr. Speaker, that it does not matter where you come from. As long as you're given a chance, you are able to serve in whatever capacity you're given in the nation. I want, in paying tribute to Mr. Lekulo, Mr. Speaker, I want to remember the former Speaker, Honorable Kaparo. I want to thank Honorable Kaparo for identifying Mr. Lekulo. In as much as Mr. Lekulo has done a beautiful job for this parliament, we must remember that the former Speaker also played a big role in identifying his talent and recruiting him to the Sergeant-at-Arms position, just like some of us here in this life. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Lekulo has demonstrated that even somebody from a minority community can serve at the highest level in this country, just like the current deputy president. I see some people looking that
Time up. Peter Oscar Nabulindo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to say a congratulatory message to my friend and colleague, Mr. Lekulo. I knew Mr. Lekulo when I was employed in Parliament here as a young graduate. That's in 2002. And he's one of the officers who actually welcomed me here and trained me, a training that enabled me to excel in my career here in Parliament, in the Hansard Department first, in the National Assembly, then later in the Senate. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this time to thank Mr. Lekulo for the service he has offered to this parliament and to me as an individual. I wish him all the best as he goes to his next phase of life. Mr. Speaker, Chief Lekulo here, we used to call him, he has transformed the Sergeant-at-Arms Department from what it used to be, a very rudimentary security organ, into an ultra-modern security organ for Parliament in the modern times. Mr. Speaker, as Mr. Lekulo proceeds ahead, I urge the leadership of this country not to leave him in the cold. A man who has offered service to Parliament for so many years, we should not hear word that he has gone into oblivion or into some very funny life. Mr. Speaker, I'll take this chance again to wish him all the best. Mr. Lekulo, as you proceed.
Wangari.
Asante sana, Bwana Spika. Hata mimi niunge wenzangu mkono kwa kumpa mkono wa buriani na mkono wa kumuaga katika kazi yake ya bunge, Bwana Lekulo. Bwana Spika, ni vizuri sana tuweze kumsherehekea kama mpambe mkuu, sababu ameweza kufanya kazi yake vizuri. Sisi wengi hatukujua hata ametoka jamii ya El Molo. sababu hakuwa anaangalia watu kulingana na mahali wametoka. Alikuwa anaweza kutuhudumia sisi wote, uwe kabila gani ama gani. Na Bwana Spika, nataka nikushukuru sana na katibu wa bunge hili, sababu mmeweza kumpea heshima yake na msafara wake wa mwisho na kuweza kubeba hata siwa ambayo ni siwa ambayo tunaitumikia hapa, siwa Mamezi, Bwana Spika. Na Bwana Spika, nikiangalia jamii yake pale juu, nafikiri bibi yake ama mke wake anaweza kupitia tabasamu sasa, sababu pia wataweza kurudishiwa baba yao na mume wake kiasi. Haijaisha jameni. Sababu Bwana Spika, kazi ya kukua mpambe mkuu katika bunge si rahisi. Hawa wabunge wametoka utamaduni tofauti, wametoka mahali tofauti, na wanampigia simu mpaka saa 6 wakati kuna jambo la usalama, lakini sasa wataweza kurudi kwa jamii yake na aweze kukaa na watoto wake, na vile vile aweze kuenjoy ama kuweza kusherehekea kustaafu kwake. Bwana Spika, ninamuomba pia na naunga mkono wa viongozi wetu wa bunge, ikipatikana nafasi nyingine apewe kazi ambayo sasa sio ngumu kama ile alikuwa nayo, lakini ikuwe ni kazi ambayo itampea nafasi ya kuhudumia pia jamii yake, na tunamuombea maisha mrefu na tunamuombea Mola aweze kumzawadia kwa kazi ambayo amefanya kwa umma. Asante Bwana Spika.
Korere. Mother, well done.
Nashukuru Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, naungana na wenzangu ambaye wamemlimbikizia sifa huyu Bwana Lekulo. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nilimjua Lekulo kabla kuingia kwenye hii bunge, alipokuwa mkuu wa tarafa ya Mgogodo ambayo makao yake makuu iko katika Doldol. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, tangu nimjue hadi leo amekuwa ni mtu mwenye nidhamu na bidii ya hali ya juu. Mheshimiwa Spika, japokuwa ametoka katika jamii ndogo zaidi katika nchi hii ambaye inaitwa Elmolo, ambaye henda ikawa wengine wetu hapa hawajui kuhusu jamii ya Elmolo, huyu Lekulo ameonesha ukakamavu na uadilifu ambaye haina kila mtu. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, si kawaida kuona ama si jambo la kawaida kufanya kazi hadi ukastaafu ukiwa na sifa zako jinsi ulivyoingia. Huyu bwana ameweza kuhudumia bunge hili bila kulalamika, bila kuchoka, na bila shaka Mheshimiwa Spika, hata anapostaafu jamaa huyu anaonekana mwenye afya, anaonekana ambaye Mwenyezi Mungu amemuhifadhi. Na mimi naomba nchi hii yetu ya Kenya, kuna pahala ambaye Lekulo anaendelea kuhudumia nchi hii. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, hata bunge hili ningekuomba mahala ambapo ametoka Lekulo, tuhakikishe wanapoandika wafanyikazi wengine wa bunge hii, tuweze kupata watu wengine kutoka kwa jamii ya Elmolo na kwa jamii ya wale walio wachache katika nchi hii. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, tunapomuaga tunashukuru sana familia yake kwa kumpa nguvu, kwa kusimama na yeye.
Thank you, Sarah. Honorable members, will end here on Lekulo. I want to confirm to all of you that Lekulo's file is blemishless. He has never received a caution or a warning or a complaint from any member of staff for the years he has served this parliament. A man with a soft voice but a strong message. A man who dedicated his life ensuring that you are safe. I know some members, one or two, who once in a while have walked through with their firearms, and Lekulo has politely told them that they are out of order. One member defied him. Lekulo walked to my office and told him, I don't want to humiliate a member of parliament. There's a member who is not obeying the rules. And I called the member and told him, even if you feel unsafe, not among your colleagues here. You don't have to spot a gun in the precincts of parliament. That is the Lekulo we are bidding farewell. A great man, a great Kenyan, and above all, a man from one of our smallest and least talked about and least appreciated communities, living on the shores of Lake Turkana, fishing, battling crocodiles, but emerged from there to become a teacher, a DO, and your chief sergeant at arms. He deserves a round of applause. Merely, what is it? I was winding up the summation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker said you should have given me an opportunity to also acknowledge him because I also battled the crocodiles as a fisherwoman. But otherwise, I just wish to say that he has served us with distinction.
But we'll give you the benefit of doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, in this life, you have to find ways of surviving. If you have not been given a chance, you must find a way of squeezing your way in. But I just want to thank Mr. Lekulo for serving us with the distinction. It is not easy to deal with members of parliament. Each of us here predominantly choleric by nature with very huge egos from here to Timbuktu, but he's been able to manage very well. I wish you all the best, and I wish, may God give you all the blessings.
Yes, Jeanette.
Mr. Speaker, I didn't want to interrupt I have interrupted my whip because, Mr. Speaker, she is acknowledging and accepting that it is very difficult to deal with members of parliament, especially when you are dealing with Honorable Millie of the Yambo. And I remember a time here, Mr. Speaker, when Millie was almost removing everything, if it was not Lekulo.
Mr. Speaker, let me respond to Honorable Junet Mohammed. Mr. Speaker, I'm usually very difficult to deal with because I'm a bad girl. But more recently, especially if you are in the broad-based government, as we are dealing with the, ODM and the other, the UDA, we are in a broad-based arrangement. Mr. Speaker, this is the most difficult thing to deal with in life. Because I'm swimming in very unfamiliar waters. Me, I know how to twanga. Hey, Mr. Speaker, hii ni ngumu. But I'm learning. Hii ni maisha mangumu sana. Sorry for mixing, but I'm learning. I'm learning to swim katikati kidogo.
Keep it to Lekulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at least when you give me to appreciate Mr. Lekulo, at least that is waters I can swim very nicely around. And I just want to thank you because you have served this parliament with distinction. And as Honorable Junet says very correctly, that most members, because by nature we are predominantly choleric for those who understand personalities. And because of that, we are very difficult. Even when we are the ones who are on the wrong, we insist we are on the right. So I just wish to, pray for God's blessings. You are retired but not tired, so continue serving humanity. And welcome still to Parliament, offering advisory for the others who will take over. Thank you.
I wanted to close here. Yes, Wambuchomba, 1 minute. Milemba, 1 minute. I want to close here. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for appreciating that I should say something. And I was just wondering, we have had very many national accolades and national awards that we have given to outstanding members of public service. It is my recommendation that, Mr. Speaker, with your permission, because we don't have a Speaker's Award, we recommend the retiring major, the wonderful worker, to get a national recognition and acknowledgement by the government of Kenya.
He has one already. OGW.
We would want to recommend that he get another one for handling Millie Odhiambo and Gathoni Wamuchomba in this house.
Milemba, 1 minute. I want to close here.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In the early times of the 80s and 70s, the national schools were very few, and Gabatula was one of them. And Mr. Lekulo, now retiring, was a teacher at Gabatula. It was one of the schools you'd hardly get a chance to teach in. And he is an epitome of how teachers can rise through the ranks. He epitomizes the future of teachers, having led the way as the earliest teacher from a school to parliament to a chief sergeant at arms. We want to wish him well as he goes back to home, and we hope he will continue doing a good service for the community, which is hardly 1,400 people if you look at the census of 2019, but the real El Molos are just about 500, and they face serious challenge of being assimilated by the Samburu and the Turkana. This is a community that needs to be protected. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish you very well, Brother Lekulo.
Thank you, honorable members. Let's end there. And Honorable Lekulo, we wish you well. And we hope that you will have an opportunity to serve this country in other capacities. And Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, in diplomacy we say you can go and whisper into the right ears on behalf of Mr. Lekulo, so that he can be able to be accommodated beyond here. And I want to encourage the managers of this parliament, starting with myself, that this parliament is not for any exclusive communities. It is for all of us as Kenyans. And Lekulo has been the only El Molo worker. Has been the only one. Parliament should find a way of accommodating some of our very, very minor communities. I would want to see a Makonde here. I want to see an El Molo here. I would want to see a Pemba here. I want to see the Shonas here. There's Shonas who fled from Zimbabwe and settled somewhere in Kabete, in Kino. We want to see those people represent. The Subas are many here. You are here, Karolo Mondi is here. We have Nyamita here. We have Zijui. You are many. And the Minister for Finance of the country is a Suba. You are not marginalized in any way. Professor Jaldeza.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 259D3, and on behalf of myself and the people of Moyale constituency, I wish to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and the people of Isiolo County on the passing on of the late Honorable Mohamed Tubi Bidu of Isiolo South constituency. His demise is a profound loss not only to the family and constituents, but also to the nation at large. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable Tubi was an outstanding parliamentarian who served his country with great honor and distinction in various capacities, including as county clerk, county council clerk in Isiolo and Narok, as the first Speaker of the Isiolo County Assembly. He was a humble leader and a principled statesman and a true defender of the rights and welfare of his people. In the National Assembly, he distinguished himself through wisdom, courage, and unwavering commitment to public service. His calm demeanor and firm dedication earned him deep respect across the political divide. Mr. Speaker, you saw the multitude of people who came to witness his laying down. Honorable Speaker, allow me also to express our sincere appreciation to the medical team at the Nairobi Hospital, who took care of him with diligence and compassion, going beyond the call of duty. On behalf of the family, I wish to convey our gratitude to the entire parliamentary staff who responded swiftly and ensured that the late Honorable Tubi received the dignity and respect befitting his service to the nation. The parliamentary staff actually took over the security at Nairobi Hospital on that event day. Honorable Speaker, I further wish to thank the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, for his exemplary leadership, including personally attending the burial and standing family with the family and the community during their moment of grief. The people of Isiolo South and the wider community remain deeply grateful. I also acknowledge the more than 20 members of this House who attended the funeral and conveyed their condolences to the bereaved family. Honorable Speaker, as we mourn his passing, we also celebrate a life of purpose, integrity, and service. May the Almighty grant comfort to his family. May the legacy of the late Honorable Mohamed Tubi continue to inspire all of us in the service of the nation. Mr. Speaker, I want to announce to the House that the Isiolo community have actually endorsed his son to take over the leadership of the constituency. So his son is being prepared. Anytime it's done, he will be unopposed in the constituency. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mumina, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise today with a very heavy heart to join this House and the people of Kenya in mourning a colleague, a brother, and a committed servant of the people, the late Honorable Mohamed Tupi Bidu. His passing has created a deep emptiness, not only in Isiolo South, but also here in this House where he served with dignity and humility. Honorable Speaker, Hon Tupi Bidu was a man who carried the dreams of his people with sincerity and courage. He believed in service that lifts others and in leadership rooted in compassion and fairness. He never sought the spotlight. Instead, he allowed his work to speak for him and spoke loudly. Honorable Speaker, one of his greatest gifts to his community was in the field of education. He firmly believed that every child deserves a chance and that poverty should never close the door to learning. Under his leadership, all high-skilled students in Isiolo South accessed free education. Many children who might have dropped out are today in classrooms because of his efforts. He strengthened the school infrastructure, supported learning programs, and ensured that no child was left behind. For him, education was not just a government function, it was a personal mission and a promise to the next generation. Before joining this House, Honorable Tupi served as the first Speaker of Isiolo County Assembly. This was a historic role, and he approached it with wisdom and calmness. He provided order where there was uncertainty and direction where the path was new. The foundation he laid continues to guide Isiolo County today. He helped shape devolution at its birth, and its impact will be felt for many years to come. In this House, Honorable Tupi himself carried himself with grace, and when he spoke, he did so with purpose, clarity, and a deep sense of responsibility to his people. Honorable Speaker, we will remember him as a humble man, a principled man, and a man who served with his heart. Isiolo South has lost a father figure, Kenya has lost a true patriot, and we, his colleagues, have lost a brother whose kindness, wisdom, and warmth we deeply cherished. Honorable Speaker, I extend sincere condolences to his family, to the people of Isiolo South, and to all who had the privilege of working alongside him. May they find strength during this difficult time. May the good deeds of Honorable Tupi continue to shine through the lives of those who he uplifted. May his soul rest in perfect and eternal peace. Thank you.
Member for Lagdera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving the opportunity to eulogize and mourn a great friend, a neighbor, and a peaceful man. Mr. Speaker, I also thank you for being with us during the burial. We were there with you. You went to see the family, you spoke to the family, and the people of Isiolo, I think, appreciated that. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I and Honorable Tupi are neighbors. We have almost 100-kilometer neighbor. I mean, we have 100-kilometer border between Isiolo South and Lagdera. And the 3 years we were in this parliament, we did something that could not happen the last 20 years. To make our people, the people of Lagdera and the Isiolo South, to coexist peacefully. I think before we came in as parliament, I didn't know Mr. Tupi, but our families were friends. We used to live together at a place called Garbatula. But when we came in, we sat together and said that we should not have no more bloodshed along our border. We sat and we did something that could not happen for 20 good years. There was no peace along that border. Now people coexist, they live together, they share the grazing lands, they share watering points, and what I can say is that Mr. Tupi, for people of Aldera and people of Seoul South, it was a beacon of hope and was a beacon of peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, will you now be upstanding in honor of Honorable Bidu? And like I did say, I represented all of you at the burial. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Amen. Take your seats. Kainan, take your seats and continue talking to your colleague from a seated position. Order members on their feet, take your seats. The member consumed in a conversation with Mama Machakos, take your seat. Yes, Nguna. Kandie, take your seat. Honorable members, our communication. Honorable members, our communication on the State of the Nation address to Parliament by His Excellency the President of the Republic. Honorable members, Standing Order 42.1 relating to messages from the President provides that the Speaker, and I quote, shall read to the House any message from the President delivered to the Speaker for communication to the House. In this regard, I wish to inform the House that I received a message from His Excellency the President conveying that he intends to deliver the 13th State of the Nation Address 2025 to Parliament pursuant to Article 132.1 of the Constitution on Thursday, 20th November 2025. Honorable members, Article 132.1b and c of the Constitution states, and I quote, the President shall address a special sitting of Parliament once every year and may address Parliament at any other time. C, once every year, report in an address to the nation on all the measures taken and progress achieved in the realization of the national values referred to in Article 10 of the Constitution. 2, publish in the Gazette the details of the measures and progress under subparagraph 1. And 3, submit a report for debate to the National Assembly on the progress made in fulfilling the international obligations of the Republic. Honorable members, in accordance with the above provisions of the Constitution and Standing Order 22.2, I wish to notify all members that a special sitting of Parliament will take place on Thursday, 20th November 2025 at 2:30 p.m. in the National Assembly Main Chamber Parliament buildings. A notification of the special sitting has since been published in the Kenya Gazette, notice number 16519 of 12th November 2025, and indeed as also notified by way of a newspaper notification published on 12th November 2025 for the information of members and the general public. I am aware that the offices of the clerks of the Houses of Parliament have commenced preparations for the day, and further logistical details will be communicated to members in due course. I thank you. Honorable members, the next issue is the issue on quorum of the House during reporting of 3 bills. Honorable members, it has been brought to my attention that during the reporting of the consideration of 3 bills by the Committee of the Whole House on Thursday, 13th November 2025, various claims arose as to whether a quorum of the House was present. Honorable members, Article 121A of the Constitution sets the quorum of the House at any given time at 50 members. The requirement is replicated as Standing Order 34 of the National Assembly Standing Orders. As per parliamentary practice and precedent, when presiding over the House, the Speaker has no eyes to see or ears to hear. As such, if a claim is made after the commencement of a sitting that a quorum is not present, our Standing Order 35 requires the Speaker to ascertain and pronounce the actual number of members in the House. The Standing Order proceeds to guide on the steps to be taken where a quorum is not present. Honourable members, I have perused the Hansard of the proceedings of the sitting in question and note that there is no indication of whether the claims relating to quorum were addressed at that time. There is an undeniable link between the quorum of the House and the conduct of its proceedings and decisions. Consequently, I must give the benefit of the doubt that there has been raised to the members who raise an objection. I have therefore instructed the clerk to prepare a supplementary order paper for today's sitting to address that anomaly, which has also been approved by the House Business Committee. Honourable members will note from the supplementary order paper that order number 8, 9, 10, and 11 relate to the consideration of the three bills. In relation to the Government-Owned Enterprise Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, I have received a request for recommittal of specific clauses of the bill. This shall be considered in the usual manner as provided in the standing orders. The request has nothing to do with the proceedings of the day. The request is from the Majority Leader to recommit. Honourable members, arising from the same proceedings of Thursday, 13th November 2025, I have received a representation from the Honourable Robert Mbui, CBS MP, and the Honourable Julius Mawathe MP appealing against their suspension. In principle, the two members are inviting the Speaker to consider whether the provisions of Standing Order 107A, grossly disorderly conduct, were fairly exercised. The Standing Order provides that a member commits an act of gross disorderly conduct if the member attempts to or remove the mess from its place in the chamber. Standing Order 107A3 provides that the Speaker may call a member whose conduct is grossly disorderly to order and order the member to withdraw immediately from the presence of the National Assembly for a minimum of 5 days and a maximum of 28 days, including the day of suspension. The established practice in Commonwealth parliamentary jurisdictions, honourable members, and indeed in our Parliament, is that whenever an appeal is lodged against the action of a presiding officer, the officer who was presiding has the prerogative to certify himself or herself on the merits of the appeal. I am not inclined to depart from this practice and will therefore not comment further on the matter, other than to say that I've looked at the CCTV footage, and indeed, the honourable member actually interfered with the mess, and my able deputy speaker meted the lowest and the least punishment provided for that offense. 5 days is the least, 28 days is the maximum. And if you want to be more drastic, the leadership of the House can also be invited to name the member. She exercised her discretion and provided the most lenient of punishments in the matter of that offense of the day. The House will therefore proceed as guided and as contained in the supplementary order paper in circulation. Thank you. Next. Members, with the statements, we will dispose of orders number 8, number 9, number 10, and 11 before we come to the statements.
Order number 8, report of Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, question to be put in that reading.
Order, members. I need that. Yes, Yeah, I'll use this. Then you give me that. Order, members. Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 8, which is that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, be now read a third time. And I also request the Honorable Cynthia Muge to second.
Cynthia?
I second.
I beg to second. For the record, I beg to second.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second.
Thank you. Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, be now read a third time. I put the question. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, be now read a third time. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Capital Markets Act. Order number 9, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025. Question to be put and third reading.
Honorable members, I now put the question on order number 9, which is that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. And I also request the Honorable Member for Mwea, the Honorable Mary Maingi, to second.
She's walking out. Mary Maingi.
Give me the mic. Honorable Speaker, I beg to second.
Do you know what you are seconding?
That the bill be read at that time.
Honorable members, order. Order, members, take your seats. And Mary Maingi, you have made a very big mistake by just crossing the aisle. Can you go to the bar, bow, and then cross the floor? Excellent. Now you can take your seat on the side you want. Thank you, honorable members. I now propose the question, which is that the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. I put the question. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to repeal the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Act and for connected purposes. Order number 10, motion, report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, question to be put.
Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 10, which is that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, subject to recommittal of the first schedule to the bill. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, will you now be upstanding? Order be upstanding. We'll now go to the Committee of the Whole House to deal with the recommitted one clause.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, we will now consider the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, which is dealing with the recommittal of the first schedule to the bill.
First schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the schedule be the schedule of the bill. Mover?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the first schedule be amended as it is on the order paper. Honorable Speaker, this is just to amend the schedule, to remove from the schedule Kenya Pipeline Company, which is already undergoing privatization, therefore can be categorized as part of the government-owned enterprises. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, honorable members, I propose the question that the schedule be amended as proposed.
Put the question.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the schedule be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question that the schedule as amended be the schedule of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So I go. Okay, Honorable, the mover, please. Move reporting.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill of 2025, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill 2025, National Assembly Bills number 40 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Honorable members, Mr. Speaker,
we must thank Honorable Kaluma for his enthusiasm. Yes. Well done, Kaluma. Yes, Mover. The Chair of the committee. Sorry.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill 2025, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report and also request the Honorable Rebecca Tongei to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
I second, Honorable Speaker.
I beg to second.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. I now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I put the question. I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill of 2025, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, be now read a third time, and also request the Honorable Irene Mayaka to second.
Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second.
I beg to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Yes, Oundo, what is out of order? I have not proposed the question, Oundo. What guidance are you looking for?
Honorable Speaker, it's just a matter of procedure, and this we have raised in this House severally and numerous times, and unfortunately our voices have never been heard. And Honorable Speaker, I want to address you on two issues. Number one, when we were in Naivasha in February, we entered into a gentleman and woman, agreement that in no single time shall we ever disrupt the Parliament, the sitting of the National Assembly, on account of quorum when there is serious business to be conducted. We agree that, Honorable Speaker. And we also agreed in a reciprocal way, Honorable Speaker, that whoever sits on the floor, on the chair at any given time will also be courteous enough and listen to the voices and concerns of the members of Parliament who are here. Truth to be told, Honorable Speaker, many times I sit here all the time. I have restrained myself from calling the quorum bell when we do not even have numbers, out of due respect for you. But Honorable Speaker, the way now we are moving at this stage, we might have no choice but to break that gentleman's agreement. Second, Honorable Speaker, the standing order clearly indicates that the order of the day will be published 12 hours before the sitting of the House. And I want to draw on the issue of public-owned, the government-owned enterprises. The order paper that was published on Wednesday evening did not contain Committee of the Whole House. So generally, most of us went to undertake other business. Yours truly, the Speaker, you went to witness the interment of our colleague. Many of us went to Mombasa to deal with other parliamentary businesses and also other matters, only to be ambushed late at around 1:30 or 2:30 or 3, we see circulating as a supplementary order paper containing details for the Committee of the Whole House. Honorable Speaker, this we want to refer to you, I want to term it, is the legislation by ambush. This can't happen, Speaker. We beseech you and we beg you, as a Parliament, let's hold that long-held tradition. We were in the House of Commons I think we were served of us, Dawood and the Honorable Lady, the Honorable MP from Laikipia. And the order paper, Honorable Speaker, is published early enough and never changes unless there are exigencies of a call of duty that allows. And I showed the clerk when we were traveling with him from London. That is the kind of tradition that we want to have, Honorable Speaker. I know it's your prerogative. I cannot interfere with it. But also just listen to us that Parliament must be held in its esteem and its honor. I raise my case, Honorable Speaker.
Junet, give Junet the
Mr.
mic.
Speaker, the honorable member, who is a member of my party, has raised very fundamental issues. But I think before you address them, Mr. Speaker, I want to give also my opinion on them. First, Mr. Speaker, the issue of quorum is true. It's very important. But nothing stops any member from raising a quorum issue whenever he wants to raise. So, Mr. Speaker, that is just a point to note, that if there is quorum, somebody can raise. But the substantive issue is the issue of the matter that we have just dispensed of. Mr. Speaker, as far as I'm concerned, we had a House Business Committee meeting today. As usual, we have every Tuesday. And that is where the business of the week is discussed. But, Mr. Speaker, there is also a precedent in the Parliament where there is supplementary order paper, Mr. Speaker. And supplementary order paper comes after the normal order paper, Mr. Speaker. And the supplementary order is allowed in the standing order, Mr. Speaker. So this business was contained in the supplementary order, Mr. Speaker. And the supplementary order, Mr. Speaker, was also published in the parliamentary website, Mr. Speaker. And the standing orders will bear me clear that, Mr. Speaker, that this matter was properly in the supplement. Even me in the morning when I came to the House Business Committee, I did not know that there's a supplementary order until my attention was brought to it by the majority leader, Mr. Speaker. I was still using the order paper that existed earlier. So it is very important for members to be keen to know whether we have an order paper or we have a supplementary order paper. So, Mr. Speaker, I know my member is very unhappy with what has gone through now, but that's how the business of the House is conducted. Mr. Speaker, the House of Business is conducted in that manner, that supplementary paper order comes, you need to marshal your numbers from the eating place, from the dining place, because by the time we are going for lunch, the supplementary order is out. That is where now you start talking to members and you bring them to the House if you want to defeat the business that is in the supplementary order. So, Mr. Speaker, I will sit down with Dr. Undo and we will discuss the matter also internally as a party, and we will agree on a position, on which position. As a family.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And the issue raised by Honorable Undo seemingly seems very legit. However, Honorable Speaker, he is pointed out to practice in the House of Commons, but the only Honorable Undo knows he is elected by the people of Funyula in the National Assembly of Kenya, not in the House of Commons. And in the National Assembly of Kenya, we are guided by their standing orders. And he knows because he's been here long enough, at least I've been here with him since 2013. Oh, he joined one parliament later in 2017. So at least he's been here for the last 8 years. And he knows over the last 8 years, Standing Order 38-2 provides that the order paper, indeed as he says, shall be published the day before, but a supplementary order paper shall be made available at least 1 hour before the House meets. So I was wondering, Honorable Speaker, whether this order paper was not indeed available an hour before the House sat. And I can confirm it was. Just like today, this afternoon, Honorable Speaker, the order paper we are using for this afternoon is a supplementary order paper. The order paper that was published last night is not the order paper we are using, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, the Honorable Undo cannot be faulting the House for following what is already provided for in the standing orders, but I would also want to advise him. If you want us to work as the House of Common works, without any supplementary order papers, it is within your right to approach the House Procedures Committee to amend our standing orders. But
First
as
of
it
all,
is,
both of you are wrong. The House of Commons publishes supplementary order papers.
Honorable Speaker, I could be wrong because
So
I was
it
following
is not-
the misinformation.
It is not correct.
Yes.
Majority Leader,
So actually, what
I
Honorable
wrote
Speaker,
these standing orders and I went to the House of Commons. I went to the House of Commons in Australia. I went to the House of Commons in Canada. I went to Zambia. I went to South Africa. I went to Isle of Man. I went to Ganze. I went to Jersey. I went to Nigeria. And these are all comparable jurisdictions. And they publish supplementary order papers.
Now, Honorable Speaker, what else would I even add, Honorable Speaker? Considering that you have been in this House for over 30 years, you wrote these standing orders. So a member who just appeared here 8 years ago now wants to lecture you on what is provided for in the House of Commons. And that is why, Honorable Speaker, I was very careful to say that the point that Honorable Oundo was raising seemingly may seem legit. But you see, you have now confirmed, Honorable Speaker, that in fact the Honorable Oundo should be apologizing to the House for misleading the House on matters touching on the House of Commons, because as you have clearly said, it is not provided for even in the House of Commons, Honorable Speaker. But just to affirm, Honorable Speaker, just like you are saying, on matters of quorum, Honorable Speaker, nobody has said that any member cannot raise a matter of quorum. But again, Honorable Speaker, we must be very honorable in the way we conduct business in the House. Because, Honorable Speaker, and I don't want to delve into what you addressed on the issue of the Honorable Robert Mbui, an attempt to grab the mace to attract the Speaker's attention is not part of what is provided for in our standing orders, Honorable Speaker. And you have a way, and the Speaker, all speakers, including the Honorable Kaluma, have seen the Honorable Kaluma seated there, guiding members that if you want to attract the Speaker's attention, we have a digitized system in this House where you attract the Speaker's attention by just buzzing on your gadget. Honorable Speaker, standing and sitting in your place like the Honorable Kamene is trying to do now to shout epithets, Honorable Speaker, at the Speaker is not part of the way we conduct business in this House. If you want to attract the Speaker's attention, the Speaker will catch your attention, and if you raise quorum, Honorable Speaker, because I can confirm, Honorable Speaker, and I confirmed on record, at the time the question of quorum was being raised last week, we were 60 members of Parliament seated in this House, Honorable Speaker. But you cannot sit from where you sit and start shouting, Honorable Speaker, and if you can protect me from the member for Machakos, the Honorable Kamene, Honorable Speaker, because, you know, and Honorable Kamene knows, Honorable Speaker, that I am least of the people you can shout at to make them stop saying what they are saying.
Wind up, wind up.
And you know, I don't look at her for obvious reasons, Honorable Speaker.
Wind up.
I do not want to look for a member for Machakos for obvious reasons, Honorable Speaker, which many men in this House know, Honorable Speaker.
Order, members, order. I don't want this to escalate. Honorable Kamene, take your cool, Mama. Take your cool. Order, members. Honorable Kamene, you know we have walked this political journey on the same side for many years. And I want, first of all, I want to give credit to Honorable Sunguli. The team that we wrote these standing orders were with Julius Sunguli, the late Dr. Godana, the late Henry Obwocha, and Bishop Kimani from Nakuru. We did this together. Honorable Oundo, one, any member, even now, as we have quorum, any member can frivolously stand up and say there's no quorum. Nothing stops us. But we agreed in Naivasha exactly what you said. And I want to encourage members to have probity to our informal agreement that if you go to the House of Commons, which you quoted, in many situations you'll find the Speaker on the chair, 3 or 4 members debating, and members will be out there. When they see the member on the floor about to finish their speech, they come in. And unlike what we do here, and I've told the clerk that your broadcasting unit must tile up. In the House of Commons, the camera for live broadcast focuses only on the Speaker and the member on the floor, and nobody else. We have had situations here where at the beginning, our cameras will be zooming on members dozing, on members whispering, on members on phone, on members sitting badly, and all manner of things. We don't want to encourage this in our house. Our broadcasting unit must be professional. Business of the house goes on with the Speaker on the chair and the member on the floor. Any others are side issues. On the issue of the order paper, Honorable Undo, the standing orders that 8.1 and 2 provide that the ordinary order paper must be published at least 12 hours to the sitting. A supplementary order paper will be published at least 1 hour to the sitting. So that is not a big issue. There are certain urgent matters that come that require to be dealt with. They may even come from you. House business sits at noon to 1, and we start the House at 2:30. If it authorizes a supplementary order paper, it will definitely not be within 12 hours. That's why we have that 1 hour window. But any other issues, both myself, my deputy, and members of my panel will be on the lookout to ensure that we enforce the rules of the House. But let me also say this, members. Whatever agitation you may have, whatever displeasure you may have, that mess there is the symbol of the authority of this House. Is the symbol of the authority of this House. You may just look at it as a piece of furniture. It's a symbol of the authority of any House of Parliament anywhere in the world, not just in Kenya. To resist the attempt to go out of your way to touch that mess. The only people who should touch that mess are the Sergeant at Arms and his team. In the 7th Parliament, on this floor, may God rest their souls in eternal peace, people like Nicholas Biwott, there were other members, they fought here, and injuries occurred because of this mess. One member had sneaked in with a rungu, and he struck the other one on the head, and he bled here. Yes, because of protecting the mess. Whatever, I will always give you time, the way I've given to Honorable Undo, and my deputy will do the same. My panel members will do the same. For any member to raise any matter that you feel should be raised in the House. But don't touch the mess. That's why I said even my deputy was very lenient in meting punishment for touching the mess. That is a matter that we all must condemn. You never can tell when you will be sitting here, and you can imagine the authority of the House you are presiding on being undermined by somebody going for the mess. My sister Elachi has been a speaker in the County Assembly of Nairobi, and she encountered this kind of rowdy behavior. And once in a while, she comes to tell me how difficult it was. The mess is the symbol of your authority. If you are here and there's no mess, the House is not constituted. So let's bear that in mind. Allow me now to propose the question. Thanks, Oundo, for raising the issue, and I hope you have been adequately responded to, and you take it with the humility. And honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill 2025 National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025 be now read a third time. I put the question. I now put the question, which is that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill 2025 National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025 be now read a third time. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. With those of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament provide for the establishment, control, governance, performance, and ownership of government-owned enterprises, public service obligations in respect of government-owned enterprises, to facilitate the reconstitution of existing government-owned enterprises into public limited liability companies for the transfer of assets, liabilities, and business of government-owned enterprises to companies and for connected purposes. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. They're quite a number. Legal notice number 170 relating to the tax procedures on assembled motor vehicles and trailers. Number 2, amendment, regulations, and explanatory memorandum from the National Treasury. Reports of the Auditor General and the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 and certificates therein in respect of the following: the Civil Servants Housing Scheme Fund, State Department for Housing and Urban Development. 2, East Africa's Center for Excellence for Skills and Tertiary Education in Biomedical Sciences, Phase 1, project loan number 210015003197, and loan number 210015004349 from the Ministry of Health. 3 is Garissa Rural Water and Sanitation Company Limited. 4 is Garissa Teachers Training College. 5, Global Fund to reduce malaria incidents and deaths by at least 75% of the 2016 levels by 2023, working towards a malaria-free Kenya. Kenya MTNT number 2064 from the Ministry of Health. 6 is a Global Fund reducing the burden, ensuring sustainability and accelerating progress towards malaria elimination in Kenya. Grant number KEN MTNT 4149 from the Ministry of Health. 7 is a Kenya Cooperation and Partnership Facility, KCPF, project number KE/FED of 2019/014712, credit number FED/20 from Kenya Power and Lighting Company, KPLC. 12 is a Kenya Social and Economic Inclusion Project, credit number 6348, KE, State Department for Social Protection and Senior Citizens Affairs. 13 is a Kenya Social and Economic Inclusion Project number P164654, IDA credit number 63480 KE, and grant number TF 0A9527 from the National Drought Management Authority. 14 is the National Drought Emergency Fund. 15, National Employment Authority. 16, National Non-Commissioned Housing Scheme Fund. 17, the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council, Staff Car Loan and Mortgage Scheme. 18 is the National Treasury Capacity Strengthening Project, grant number 55001550139902, ID number PKE K0011 from the National Treasury. Number 19 is the Northeastern National Polytechnic. Number 20 is the Resilient Sustainable Systems for Health, RSSH, KENT TNT 2067, subrecipient from the Ministry of Health. 21 is the Resilient Sustainability Systems for Health, RSSH, KENT TNT 41458, again subrecipient the Ministry of Health. Number 22 is the Sunset Hotel Limited. Number 23 is a support to the attainment of Vision 2030 through.
Okay, thank you. Next is the Chairperson, Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee.
40 days of morning. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 18th November 2025. Third report of the Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 1. The Teacher Service Commission, 2. The Public Service Commission, and 3. The Judicial Service Commission. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, next is order number, the next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Chairperson, Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee. You want to move the motion? Give notice of motion? Honorable Karoli, you're giving the notice of motion?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the third report of the Constitutional Implementation Oversight Committee laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18th November 2025 on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 1. The Teacher Service Commission, 2. The Public Service Commission, and 3. The Judicial Service Commission. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, we have a request for a statement by Honorable Gitonga Mukunji. Is Honorable Mukunji here? Okay, we'll pass. Next is a request for a statement by the Honorable Paul Biego, member for Chesumei. Are you ready with your statement? Okay. May proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I request for a statement on status of Belekenya, Karlel, Kaptilil, Chepterit Road, and a second road, Baraton, Samuk Road in Chesumei constituency, under the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, Kura. The contractor did partial works and left the site with an assurance to return soon thereafter and complete the remaining works. Despite this undertaking by the contractor and follow-up with the Kura, the contractor is yet to return to the site. Further, the bill of quantities BQs unreasonably allocated only 850 meters for graveling works under a contract sum of about Kenyan shillings 5 million for the project. Considering that the major component of a road construction is graveling, there was need to review the scope of works to establish the justification for allocating only 850 meters for graveling against a budget of Kenyan shillings 5 million thereabout. Honorable Speaker, with regard to Samo Kamobo Road, which was also earmarked for graveling, it was realized that both Kura and Kera had. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1.